you can see. Awesome, awesome. So good evening, everyone. It's a huge privilege and a honor. Uh, I'm not doing, we've left 2000, we're now in 3000, but it's okay. So, and again, what I wanted to speak with us around is, so I was saying again that I was on Channels TV for 3 years. I was one of the SME consultants on Channels TV, Business Money, where we talk SME matters, right? So I was on Channels TV 12 to 2015 or 2011 to 2014. I can't remember the exact 3 years. But I'm now with High Impact TV as one of the SME consultants. We talk business, entrepreneurship, and startup in those media just to, and I have a few content there also. So today I wanted to speak around scaling up, upscaling. It's easier because I assume that this is a business and leadership conference. So I know that there are a lot of business people here, and I will just jump into it. I'll try not to, in the limited time that I have, I'll try not to stick with the slides. I can share the material, but I will speak more from my heart and my experience working with business. I am an entrepreneur myself. My business is about 11 years old. Our main business is Kinetic Associates. Is 11 years old. We have 6 staff and we're in 3 locations at the moment. As it is, 1 or 2 of those locations are struggling, but the one in Ikeja, our main office that serves as the main, is doing quite okay. Yeah. Today, outside being an entrepreneur myself, I haven't done that for a little over 10 years. I'm also a consultant on a couple of SME and enterprise projects. So since I started working with the federal government on the UN project, that was 2011, I've been doing several enterprise projects for the government, or even for Tony Elumelu Foundation, even for the Bokun Awoshika Grant Program, even for Lagos State LSTCF, even for BOI, even for EDC, Smidan, Faith Foundation. Anywhere they talk SME development, small business matter, whether training or funding, even very recently, the federal government, I was on the federal government amnesty program for militants. I'm currently also on the federal government Empower project, where we are transitioning people that have been receiving Empower 30,000 salaries into starting their own businesses. Yeah. So I will just jump right in as I go. So let's do this last exercise. Can you just help me type the first word you can see? There's a particular word I'm looking for, but it's okay if you don't see. That's the first letter, success. I'm looking for the first word, not the first letter. What's the first word you can see from this puzzle? James, thank you. Like let's assume we're playing Scrabble, you can just quickly look around and a particular word comes to you first. What is that word that you can quickly see here now? Anybody? Anybody? Can you see something? Market, awesome. Thank you, Amorigbe. Market development, awesome. Okay. What else again? Market penetration. I usually can see all of that from this slide. I'm shocked. I know there's market, but I'm not sure I've seen market penetration before. Okay. What else can you see again from this little puzzle? Any other person wants to try? Market development. Okay. Product development. So I think something else is showing. You know, something is wrong. Oh, please stop share. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. I was showing something again. Please permit me. I'll be back shortly. I want to quickly be sure that what I was presenting is what everybody is seeing. Okay, this is what I was looking for to present. Sorry, I knew that something was wrong. This was what I was looking for to present. Sorry, let's take the exercise again. I'm so sorry. What we're reading out is sounding more like answer metrics. So I was showing the answer metrics. This is what I wanted to show. What first words can you see here? Thank you. Which way? No, I'm now with my internet. Again, scale up. Something is wrong. Scale up, scale up.
We can see you. It is scale up.
I've gone past the scale up slide. I'm at a eye test puzzle. I'm not sure is that everybody's in a business. Money, wealth, joy, team, people, Thank you. So we're good to go as it is. I hope so. So I want to talk about, no, I will not have the time. I just want to share, like conclude before I even start. In my opinion, there are 5 things that a lot of organizations have used or leveraged to scale. There are 5 things that a lot of organizations have used and leveraged to scale. And these are the 5 things that I put here, just so we may not have time to go through all this now at the moment. Okay. Number one is access and partnership. Whether you are forward integrating or backward integrating, the critical point for access or partnership is to look for any key partners, if you understand the business model canvas, that can give you critical inputs at this time that things are getting expensive, or a critical partners that can take all your outputs, maybe an off-taker, then you can scale. The idea to scaling is exponential growth, is mass, is speed, is rapid, right? So if I'm producing any item, instead of me to be knocking on doors before I make 1 or 2 sales, I'm looking at someone, a partner in my forward supply chain that can help me absorb anything that I'm doing at a go. So even if I'm farming 10 acres of tomatoes, I'm not looking for a buyer of 1 basket. Somebody's already coming to take that off me. So that partnership, that access, that supply chain agreement is very, very important to scale. Another aspect that is very important to scale is new markets, new regions. No matter the kind of business that you are into, there's always what they call market saturation, like Dr. Blessing was sharing on Blue Ocean Strategy. It comes a time in any market or in a region, the total money available in any market is finite. And there will always be somebody gaining share of the market and somebody losing a share of the market. Okay. So for you to make an additional money, for you to grow, it is typically important to consider where else can I open my shop. So if I'm in Edo State or I'm in Lagos and I'm doing a business, if my total revenue is 100 million a year, it just goes to show that every money I made that year came from Lagos State. Somebody in Castina did not patronize me. Somebody in Ghana did not patronize me. So if I needed to scale, I will need to consider Castina market and Ghana market. The next thing is talent and new skills, right? So organizations need to evolve product and solutions, and we also need to think around how to attract the brightest mind. I heard this also from Dr. Gabriel when he was telling us about the recruitment strategy of Rain Oil Group, and was saying that the bigger your brand or your business becomes, the more it occurs to you that you are in the war of talent, So for every 300,000 graduates that is thrown out into the job market or the labor market, Access Bank, Fidelity, MTN, Dangote, Google, Facebook, everybody is picking from that talent pool. And some companies or some businesses or some organizations are a little bit more privileged than others. They can pick before us, right? So Google or Facebook or Amazon or Apple or Coca-Cola or IBM, they want to pick the cream de la cream. Organizations or businesses don't just become great. Organizations or businesses don't just scale. They scale to the degree of talent, people, skilled people that they can attract, right? So that is what this is about, ability to have the right skill and ability to attract the right talent. Then the next one, when we talk about scaling, I think a lot of us here will agree that it has to do with leveraging innovation, leveraging technology. That is very, very, very important, right? Anything that can help us. If Uber is not in any market, for instance, maybe I was in Owerri, there's no Uber there in Owerri. If Uber wants to get into the Owerri market, they just need to switch on an app or a feature. They're already in Lagos and Abuja, but they are not in Castina, they are not in Owerri, right? I don't even know if they're in Edo State, right? But if they want to come to Edo State, they would not come and open an office in Edo State or come and do branding or buy billboard. No, 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 or do radio announcement. No, no. It's just a feature on the app. That is the power of technology. I've seen a lot of businesses today that are scaling rapidly, just leveraging technology. Then lastly, we need money, we need funding to scale. We need money to scale. That is why a lot of tech startups are going to different rounds, different series. So pre-seed, seed, series A, series B, series whatever, and they can do almost all they can do. So this is just the fantastic five. Again, let me give you some perspective to this. The biggest company in Nigeria today by revenue is MTN. MTN is doing over 1 trillion. If our MTN and Dangote Group, MTN is doing 1.29 trillion a year. Dangote Group is doing 1.09 a year, right? So these big companies that are scaling, that are growing, that are improving year on year, I can almost see these five things in as a common denominator. You know, if you look at big companies abroad like Amazon that did $551 million last year. Google did 161 billion dollars last year. Google, you know, it's all around all of these things. Which markets are they entering to? Which skills are they attracting, or which new product are they launching? What technology or innovation are they leveraging? What funding do they have access to? And partnerships. Very, very important. So the next thing I want to share is to say that scaling is a level 3 item. Typically, you start, you grow, then you scale. You cannot start, you cannot scale without growing. And you cannot grow if you've not started. It is very, very, very important. How do I even get started? Where am I on my business or entrepreneurship journey? We have started. My business is not an idea or aspiring. 10 years doing this thing, right? Um, and we are growing. But now I need to go back to this and start looking for how we can scale. And I can tell you that we've scaled. You know, in 2014, I was using a material in one of my boss's house, Dr. Joel Osebo is in the US now. I stumbled on a book called Get Rich Click by Marco Rostroff. It's a book on online technology, digital marketing, and SEO. You know, I used that book. Then our business was doing about 20 to 25 million naira per annum. And we're really, really struggling. We're somewhere in the Keja. Now we've moved to a bigger office in Alausa, right? Where am I going with this access and partnership? After the book, after trying, after implementing, by 2016, we got into a partnership with Google, and our opening contract to implement a project for 3 months was $180,000. Gentlemen and ladies, I have never seen that kind of money before in my life. Never. But one project from Google changed everything. Our income, our exposure, our experience, our hiring, our everything just changed. We went on to implement several projects with Google for the next 3 years from 2014. And in 2018, we did a $200,000 with Facebook, right? You know, some of this, and it's just one. So when you look at, say, oh, tax guys were chasing us, LROS, FRS, it's because they've seen some of the numbers we were doing. These are not profited, they're just revenue from projects. You know, our partnership and turn out than to be doing digital marketing retail, looking for who to charge, you know, 35,000 to attend the class, right? So this is very, very, very important. So if you have started, congratulations. If you have not started a business, consider grants. There are several grants running, and Dr. Blessing mentioned the Tony Elumelu grant. It has closed now, and several other ones. Debt, NISA debt, CBN intervention fund. There are a lot of affordable debts it does. We're not talking about debt for commercial lending, 23 to 28%. We're looking at debt that are like BOI. We have a fund with BOI, 20 million that will be out anytime soon, pegged at 9% per annum, right? The CBN NISA fund that are given to empower people is about 5% per annum. Imagine collecting 3 million naira from CBN on a specialized intervention fund, and you are paying 5% of that for a whole year. That is, in my opinion, a kind of a good money to have. Then once you start with grants, you grow with debt, affordable debt, intervention type of debt, right? Low funding, low cost debt. Then you scale with equity. Now the business has grown. Now you have structure. Now you have some bit of corporate governance, right? Now you want to bring in investors, you want to bring in partners, you want to bring equity, you know, that is when the scaling happens. If you bring in equity financing at that point, it need to be easier to leverage technology and do more amazing things. So this is part of the stuff I've done in the past. Do quite a number of training with some Nigerian banks. Okay, done some things with my pastor, Dr. Sam at Success Power, right? And I've also done Google. I've mentioned this. I've done Facebook, and I've done IBM also. So this Google, IBM, and Facebook speaks to my technology parts, speaks to SEO, digital marketing, content, email, all of those. And businesses that know how to use technology can scale rapidly amongst the other four things that we mentioned, right? So let's quickly summarize what it means to start a business. These are some of my programs on Channels TV while I was there for 3 years, and that's my company, Kinetic Associates. And this is also when we're talking about digital tools, technology tools on Channels TV. So everything business 3 years, Fridays, except the Fridays I was not in Lagos, then I will miss my slot. So let's start with, so I'll just touch on the starting, the growing, and the scaling, and we'll take questions in the next maybe 5 minutes each and wrap up with questions. So in opinion, to start a business, most of us here already know this thing, except I say something that is out of the blues to you. I'm not sure. For anyone to be here, you already know that starting a business is, for me, is around these two things. Are you seeing the problem? Are you seeing scarcity, or are you seeing opportunities? A business exists to find and solve a problem profitably. What are the issues? Some people don't know about them. Some people know about them, and we cannot do anything about it. I'm on a German government project at the moment, and at that project, they are discussing how to save Nigeria from our crude oil theft. The federal government of Nigeria is losing as much as 20 to how many percentage of barrel of oil. I haven't read that report from Business Day recently, right? That's a problem. We cannot look at the problem and say it is PDP or APC problem. No, it's our problem. It's a revenue leakage. Whoever can solve that problem will get, if you bring value to the table, intelligent conversation, bring solution, then you stand a chance of making it. That is what the business is about. Are there not other clients where they are drilling oil and they have a solution to testing, is even more experience, and he plays in that field, But that's the problem. We have a problem with power, energy, electricity. Okay, the whole Nigeria as a nation, we've not been able to generate 10,000 megawatt of power, and we have 200 million people, and the data says 60% of Nigerians are not connected to national grid. So we only have 40% of the people using less than 10,000 megawatts. So we are energy poor. So guys are now looking for a way to commercialize those problems. People are looking for solar solution, they're looking for renewable energy solution, they're looking for what other alternatives can we do. Yes, I know that some people are already selling generator and making money from diesel and fuel, as alternative means to electricity, but that is in itself not sustainable in the long run, and it is not enough. We must look at how to make energy, power, electricity available to way more people than we have access to. What are we going to do about our electioneering problem, leadership problem, poverty problem, illiteracy problem, education problem, health problem, transport, flooding? Lagos State is calling for ideas, solutions. They have funding for anybody that can help them tackle flooding, waste, and traffic. I'm telling you, I work directly with the Ministry of Science and Tech in Lagos. And as I speak to you, there's a call. In fact, I got a request from somebody from a commissioner saying they need something in terms of waste management, right? Lagos State generates tons and thousands of, I don't know the exact number now, daily of waste every day. Everybody is tired, And now because the rainy seasons are coming, they are clearing the drainages. And I'm asking myself, this is not the ultimate solution to this thing. And the funny thing is that as they clear these drainages, you will see the excrete or the dirt that they've pulled out. Nobody's coming to pack them. Nobody's coming to pack them. The dirt will be there 3-4 days, then something will throw them back into the drainage again. You're now wondering, why did we even carry drainage in the first place? What are we going to do about flooding, traffic, right? And waste generation in Lagos? Big issue, big issue, right? So in my opinion, starting a business is being very self-aware that in the midst of all the problems, there can still be a lot of solutions. Let's look at this little exercise. I'll skip this because of time. And I know it's a global conference at the moment, but if you have roots with Nigeria or Lagos, Nigeria, I don't know if you understand what is happening here. What problem can we say is happening in this? Yes, Amadine, Florence, you can ask a question, but not now. Don't use your mic. Just type in your question. We'll pick it maybe during the question and answer. If you are still here, everyone, I just wanted to find out, in your opinion, what are the issues or what are the problems and what are the challenges here? Anybody? From this image on the slide. Hello? Are we still together, please?
Yes, you're good.
Thank you, sir. Population, thank you. Okay. Too much populated area and traffic. Awesome. Thank you, Sage. Okay, Engineer Sonny, thank you. No ease of movement. Those are the problem. Yeah. What other problems can we see? What other problem can you see? What other problem can you? Population. Thank you, David James. What other challenge can we see? So the question is, if these are some of the identified problem or challenges, what are the commercial opportunities? What are the business opportunities that we can traffic? Not what. Thank you, Fumulayo. So if these are the problem, if these are the identified challenges, too much congestion, thank you, WIFO. What are then the opportunities? So you find out that it's the same thing, or just flipping the questions, right? Transportation problem, population problem, congestion problem, underdevelopment problem. Thank you. So we want to stop at the problem and start looking at the business opportunity that you can identify. What business do you think would work here, would thrive here? Sales of food. Thank you, Omo. These people go chop, right? No, Catherine, we have left overpopulation, if that is the problem. We are now at opportunities. What, in your opinion, are the business opportunities here? And even if you're already, okay, sales of water, thank you. These guys go drink cold pure water, cold bottle water, yeah, sales of goods, foods and drink water. What else again? You can go, wow, do anything you see, drinks, yeah, pedestrian bridge, right, cold drinks, yeah, umbrellas, thank you, yeah, logistics, yeah, maybe they need a little rail station, they need a modernized roads and a pedestrian crossway, maybe logistics, thank you. What else again? For some of us that are very familiar with Lagos, road, joy, logistics, you see what is happening to Keja, just because of the gridlock and the about 1 million people that Computer Village attracts every day. They are now breaking the roads, expanding the road, doing additional flyovers. You don't want to go through that route on a Monday morning. You will lose about 45 to 1 hour of your time. So this is what we are saying. Very, very important. When life throws you lemon, what business can you start if all you have is a lemon? What kind of business can you start if all you have is a lemon? The recharge card we sell there, handkerchief we sell there, power supply we sell there. I think so. There are some shopping malls around in Lagos that they don't use generator. Somebody is providing power centrally for everybody, and they are paying the person or maybe owner of the property like a service charge, right? Wine shop. Okay, you guys are answering now. Is mixing up. I'm looking at this next item. POS. Thank you. Very exciting POS business. Yeah. Thank you. New bosses. Thank you. You see, all this. And Lagos State launched a new boss that you can use that like I've forgotten the name now, but like an alternative to Uber, right? So on the lemonade, on the lemon, you can start a juice business, right? That's one. What other thing can you start if all you have is lemon? Hmm? Thank you, Engineer Sunny. So that is about starting. I just want to delivery of items to people's home. Awesome. Thank you. Because some people don't want to go to crowded areas. So let me go to, so starting a business is about not passing opportunities repeatedly. The definition of a poor person now is passing over opportunities repeatedly. There are issues in Nigeria at a individual level, family level, community level, you know, national level, businesses. People have a lot of issues. Let me tell you the challenges some businesses are facing in Nigeria today. Look at this. Look at this. Today we have about 40 million small businesses in Nigeria. I'm a small business consultant, and I know that from analysis, from research, okay, if we leave the consumer segment, I want to focus on the business to businesses. A lot of businesses in Nigeria are having issues raising funds. That's a known thing. A lot of them are having issues with talent, attracting the right staff, and holding on to their quality talent. A lot of people are having issues in terms of selling. In fact, more people are having issues with sales because if you do not sell, you're going to pack down, you're going to close shop. A lot of people are having issues with their bookkeeping, with their accounting. A lot of businesses don't have the right systems and structure, right? Everything is dependent on the owner, the business owner. A lot of businesses don't have the right infrastructure. Infrastructure is a bit external, energy, road, security, right? Then lastly, technology. So you're asking yourself, which of this problem can I solve for as many business as possible? You can just pick one and make a commercial case of it and go about it scaling, right? So this is business segment. The first one we look at was the consumer segment, individuals, retail. They need food, they need water, they need light, they need good road, they need public toilets. That has two public toilets in Ikeja under bridge. We don't want to know how much this my friend is making with his public toilet to piss, to they call it major man, and even to bathe. They added a shower point, which is 200 naira. Now I think it's 500 naira. A lot of people work overnight, a lot of people don't go. A lot of those agberos and bus conductor, and they need to bathe in the morning, right? So people are paying for all these things. There are people that are attacking rat issues. There are more, problem people, homes and restaurants and industries are facing from rats. You see those rats you eat. Somebody has taken it upon himself to do something about rats issues, right? So these are ideas for us to start. Let's talk about in terms of growing the business. What can we do in terms of growing the business? So that's the next thing we want to consider now. How do I start and grow the business? To grow the business, we need to put in the right structure in place, right? So for instance, if you want to start and you've gotten an idea and you started small, then the next thing is that you want to formalize that business. You want to have a business name, right? You want to have a TIN number. You want to have letterhead, logo, website. You want to open a bank account. You want to have a profile, a company profile. You want to reach out every day, get on social media, get on Google My Business, register your business on directories, and reach out to start getting those first sales, second sales. In the process where you start making sales and your total receipts every year is more than your expenses that same year, then you are in business and your business is growing. So once you've started, ability to put the right structure in place, formalization, registration, websites, email, social media, marketing, profile, sales and receipts and documentation of those sales. And year on year, I look at all my total receivables, so I make a total sales of 20 million, and my total expense for that year was 15 million. And we have a net profit position of 5 million. Then we can say that the business has started and the business is growing. By the time I do the second year and the third year, if by the second year I'm doing a net position of 7 million, and by the third year I'm doing a net position of 10 million, so I've grown the business from 5 million profit a year to 7 million profit the next year to 10 million profit the third year. It is based on those indicators that we can say the business is growing. Haven't started. Okay. Then finally is now to scale. I have started. I'm solving a problem. I'm meeting a need. I've validated all my market assumptions, right? And I have repeat customer because an idea is an assumption. We assume that this is my rat idea solution business will work. You're not sure it will work. I assume that if I start a restaurant in this location, people will come and eat. We're not sure they will come. We assume that if I open a public toilet in a busy place, they will come and you are not sure. It is when you start, you are going to test and validate that assumption. Once you have a critical mass, what they call an MVP, and you now evolve into a product market fit, which is the next stage after MVP, then you have hit a gusher. Once you open it and people come in big to it, people that are coming again and bringing more people. Then you have a commercial case. That is when the business is growing. Then after growing, we'll now go to level 3, which is the scaling. How can I scale this business? What can I do to move it from one location to another location? To look at franchising, to look at Ghana, to look at Europe, to look at other regions, other markets. We'll now go back to these 5 areas to say, I have started, I have grown, now I need to scale. What do I need to scale? I give us back here. Okay, what partner do I need to get? What new market do I need to get? Which new location should we open? What talent do we need to acquire? What new skills do we need to develop? What technology do we need to leverage? Is it a CRM? Is it an ERP? Is it cloud? Is it server? Okay. Is it a mobile app? Is it a website? How can we digitize our operations? How can we make some of our services available on demand, right? What additional level of fundings can we attract, and in this case, preferably equity or affordable debt or even grants, because we need funding to scale. Okay, we need funding. It is haven't started, haven't grown, then we will now leverage technology to scale. Let me speak on the technology part as I begin to round up. So there's what we call a digitization of everything. Is a little report from McKinsey saying that in the future, the business will be the world of business will be everything digital. Everything, car, house, transportation, finance, education, health, movie, entertainment, leisure, church, everything is going to be mobile driven. Everything is coming to a mobile phone. Your wristwatch, your wearable devices, 3D technology, everything, right? So here they say that businesses or organizations that have digital, we have more. So it's a winner take all. If you have a business that you want to scale, you must consider technology. Technology is in three levels. There are the entry point use of technology, there's the midpoint use of technology, and there's the very high-end point use of technology. So you're asking yourself, how can I start using technology or approaching digital platforms at the very smallest basic minimal level? Then what can we do to move further up? To start to use technology in business can be something as simple as getting on social media, opening on Google My Business, having a website. If that's all the three you have, fine, thank you, that's okay. But that's not enough, because every Tom, Dick, and Harry can get on social media, right? And get a website. You need to move up or further down. That will make what they call barrier to entry, to make it very hard for that. You need to go to cloud, server, ERPs. You need to go to mobile app if they are relevant for your business. Look at a USSD solution. Okay, the further down you go, see, I tell people it's easier to start selling hand sanitizer or nose masks than to start drilling oil in Nigeria. Why? Because of the barrier to entry. All of us know that our MTN is making money every day in this country. The average revenue per user, with their millions of customers that they have a year since the past 3 years, right? But most of us cannot go into telecoms because of the high cost of entry. So the more you don't see an expense to be an investment. Again, 37 billion things will be connected by the year 2020. And look at this. So if business
It's like we lost you, Edward. Am I the only one that can't hear Edward? Please let me get a feedback. Can we all hear him? I can't hear him. Okay, it's like it's a network issue. Sure, I'll be back shortly. I think the question for us to ask ourselves is, where do I play? Am I going to be able to enter into a business of selling those gadgets that will be connected? Am I going to be able to provide service that will connect those gadgets? I think one of the things we must do is not to place any form of limit on ourselves. There is no room for limits. we must be able to think beyond subsistence, just what to eat, what to drink. That is the starting point. It's very good. But we must think beyond that. And for us to be able to advance, we must be deliberate. You know, we must be deliberate about our actions. We must have clear strategic plan, you know, of where we want to be in the next 12 months, where we want to be in the next 3 years and the next 5 years. We must be clear about it. You know, if you don't have those kind of plans, you don't have anything to measure your performance with. That's why it is important that we are not only having the plans, but we have the plans and we are able to measure our plans. Please, when Edward come in, let me know again. So if we have a plan, I would say we want to be here on so time, it becomes easier for us to measure our action with it. Okay, so this is April, for example. Let me ask us. This is April, which is the end of first quarter. So we're in the second quarter, beginning of the second quarter. Have you been able to carry out a review of your first quarter plan this year? What did you plan to achieve? If your plan was to make ₦1 million, all right, it means that by the end of March, you should have about 250,000 naira saved. So for so many of us, it just in the mind, I will make money. That's not smart plan. You must be able to say, I want to make 1 million, I want to make 10 million. And right now you should be able to go back and say, okay, I said I want to make this money. Let me go back to my business. Let me go back to my personal account. Do I have that money made? So if you did not, you can ask yourself the next question. Why did I not make that money? So for the purpose of this discussion, let's assume you wanted to make 1.2 million in a year, which is 100,000, I think, per month. So by the end of first quarter, you don't have about 300,000. Whether as a business or an individual, the same strategy can go for that. You ask yourself, why don't I have the 300,000 today in my, okay, can somebody say, can you hear me? Can you please turn on my microphone? Somebody say something. Daniel, Ayo, please, can you help me with responding to that person? Thank you. I think the person is trying. So please, if you cannot connect your mic, what you just need to do is once you sign on, there are two icons to your left, the bottom left. You have one that is video, the one that is audio. Just press, click on that, your mute, that thing that is showing mute. Your audio will come up for those that are having that challenge. Okay, Edward, you are back. I hand it over to you. Welcome back. Edward, you are muted. You are muted. We can't hear you. Edward, you are muted. We can't hear you. Like you are still trying to connect. Okay, let me go on while Edward is trying to get back. Okay, yes, you're back. Please have the floor. Welcome back.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Sorry for the network issue. So I was just concluding saying that haven't started. I'll share the material. Haven't started. Starting around being for an individual, a business, an organization, a government. Now look at the government of Nigeria, the state government. The government having a solution, what value? That's very, very important. Then the next, put a structure around whatever solution you are building, formalize it, create a business, register a company, open an account, have tax, have team, have a website, you know, chase the hustle, make the money come in, make the expenses run in the account, right? Then comparatively look at year 1, year 2. Once there's growth, when there's progress, when there's increase, on your performance indexes. So if you're looking at revenue in this case, if we say, oh, we ran the business 2019, we made a profit of 3 million. We ran the business 2020, we made a business of 5 million. If we cannot see those measurements parameter, then we cannot say if the business is growing or not. It is only after we've identified and ascertained that there's growth, we can now be talking around scaling. How do we scale this? We have a commercial case. We've tested our hypothesis. We have repeat customers. We have a fantastic solution. How can we take this to Ghana? How can we take it to Castina? How can we expand? How can we give other people franchise? That is where scaling happens. What technology do we need to invest in? Do we need to adopt? Looking at the other 5, the big companies that are scaling rapidly, what are they doing it? How are they doing it? What lessons can we take and learn from them? That, in my opinion, is what scaling is about. Understanding that we need to start first, looking at a pain point for an individual, a business, family, and government, right? Then formalizing our solution into a corporate or a business enterprise, right? And ability to now do that rapidly for a whole lot of other people. That is where scaling happens. We can reach a whole lot of other people, not just the 20 million people in Nigeria, sorry, 20 million people in Lagos, or the 200 million in Nigeria, but there are also billions of people around the world that may, in this case, need the solution that we need, that we have. So I would just like to stop here, sir. Thank you so much again for the privilege to just share some of these thoughts with us. I'm very open to share the slide with us. I'm very open to share additional information on funding, on grants, the ones that are running, the ones that will run. And can anybody hear me? Someone said they can't hear. Hello?
Very well. Very well.
Okay. Sorry, Josephine. So sorry. I hope I'm a bit clear. So I'm also available to just engage further and share other opportunities. Like I said, currently I am more on enterprise projects, right? I'm on a German government SME development project. I'm on EDC, that's LBS, and MasterCard Foundation, Transforming Nigerian Youth. I'm on the federal government and Empower NXT project. I'm on the Facebook SME project for Nigeria. I'm on the Google Hustle Academy. Google has a project running for businesses in Nigeria. It's called Hustle Academy, so SME. So at the count, those are the 5 projects that I'm on in terms of SME work. Some of them pay in Naira, some of them pay in pounds, and one of them pay in euros. They are not very big money, right? But I'm just excited to be able to be doing this for myself as an entrepreneur, because I also have a business, and to be able to also sit on as a consultant to listen to other business owners, to travel across Nigeria and to help people start their businesses, or to even help a couple of people scale and say, what additional resources do you need to break into a new market, for instance, or to acquire additional machine. We have a business in Festac that is doing very fantastic soap, and they've been struggling because their operation has been manual. We got them a funding from Bank of Industry. They automated their line, and they're doing 10,000 bar soap a day. In my opinion, that business has scaled. They have scaled. Now, there's a group, AW, there's a group by the American Embassy that is helping them get their export license so that they can start selling. There is black soap or black soap like Judo Oshun. They can start selling that soap to the American market. If they finish their export license, haven't gotten them the machine and automating their line and helping them increase their production, they are scaled. To move from 1,000 soap manually a month to 10,000 soap a month is not scaled. If by the time the American consulate helped them, she got into this program called AW, Academy for Women Entrepreneurs, for women businesses. It's for women. And the American government is helping her get her FDA license, her export license, market readiness, export readiness. By the time that is done, by the time she starts selling that soap in the abroad, that's another level of scaling. That's a market, a new region. So however you look at it, in my opinion, this is what scaling is about. If she has not started, she cannot scale again. If she's not growing, if she has not grown the business, she will not scale. So that is what this is about. Thank you so very much, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Blessing, for having me. If there are any questions or further thing, I'm here to clarify. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Edward. Please, can you say a big thank you to Edward? I know he's still going to take questions, but say a big thank you to him for sharing practically from his heart, using his business, and also being very open with us today. Thank you so much for sharing. So let me say this. I have access to Edward. So if you search out these opportunities, because you have to take responsibility for searching out what opportunities are and taking a few steps. And then if you need help, you can knock at the door. We'll be very happy to make connections and reach out to the people that can help assist. Because the truth is this, we must be able to stand up by ourselves, do business, start from where we are, our Jerusalem, and then we expand beyond that. Start from your streets, to your local governments, to your states, and then outside of your states, to 2 states, to 3 states, then the whole of the country, and then you're looking at going outside. But what you cannot do is to sit doing nothing. Start, no matter how small it is. Start. This is just the beginning of the second half, the second quarter. Start something. Go out there, check on the internet, ask people questions. Take your Bible and your paper, walk around your area, your street, and ask what are the problems? What are the problems people are going through? He has shown that garage. Don't join those that are complaining. Join those that see solution. People are walking with barefoot. They don't have shoes. Don't laugh at them. You have a problem to solve. Provide shoe for them. Cheap shoes, all right? From cheap shoes, you can scale up. All right, so I'm not going to talk much. I want us to ask questions. I see Amadi has been raising her hand since. I see a few other people. I'll hand this over to Ayo and Daniel to moderate the question time, and then we shall come quickly and wrap it up. It's digital, so we are trying not to take so much time, all right? But the value is so important. That's okay.
Thank you, Dr. Blessing. Thank you, Mr. Edward. That was timely, precise, and well delivered. Thank you for that wonderful session. I understand some of us have questions. If you have them, just pen them
Your
down.
voice is low, Dr. AY. Your voice is low. Can you raise your voice a little bit?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but it's far.
Okay, 1 minute.
Okay. While AY is trying to fix that up, please, if you have question, do raise your hand. Okay, can we take this Amadi Florence? AY, Daniel, you want to unmute? Or you want them to say, which one do you prefer?
Okay, let's start with Florence. Florence, you can unmute yourself. Just have less than 1 minute to put your questions on the floor.
I can't hear you. Your voice is very far. Daniel, you want to help out?
Okay, Florence, you are unmuted now. You can talk.
Okay. My question is, this business, can't anyone support with any money?
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
So we had the Florence. Your question is, can't anyone support with any money? Okay.
Yes.
Edward, you have to answer that question. Can't anyone support with any money?
Mr. Edward, please unmute yourself. Okay, while we're waiting for Mr. Edwards to respond on that, we'll note the question down. I'll take next from Mr. Chidi. Chidi, please, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm here. Hello, hi.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, I'm here, please. Hello.
Yeah, Chidi, just go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
No, to start the business, like
Florence, we have a question noted, and we're going to attend to it shortly, but want to get the next question on the line. So, Mr. Chidi, can you please? Just press your name, Mr. Chidi. You see the unmute option. Tap on your name, select the unmute option, and talk. You can talk now.
Okay, it's like I was off a bit, right?
Okay.
Can I go on, please?
Can you hear me now? Yes.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Please.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Loud and clear, please.
All right. So want to ask for us that for me, I have a business going on now, and you talked about you can't scale without starting. And I just started, and you mentioned grants. Which grants can I access like now that is viable, and the procedures for assessing any of the grants? Because I do see so many on internet, try to apply and it's not working.
Okay. Who's asking that question again, please?
Chidi.
Chidi.
Okay, Mr. Chidi. What business are you into?
Okay, into clothes.
Clothes.
Yes, unisex clothes.
Okay, you sell clothes.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Chidi, see, I won't be able, I can't, I don't know if that's not the word. I may not be able to tell you which grant is running now, but every time there's a call for a grant, what happens is that there's a cycle, whether a grant is closing or one is about to start. The one that just closes the Tony Elumelu grant, right? And we have a grant committee. There's a community that I have for 3 years now. We publish grant opportunities. You know, you can go to opportunitydex.org for grant opportunity. You can go to Funds for NGO for grant opportunity. You can go to Opportunities for African. Some people here knows those sites. Between Opportunity Dex, let me quickly see if I can show Opportunity Dex. Can I share my screen? Yes, I think I can share. Let me go here. I don't know if you can see my screen. So here you see opportunity for, sorry. Let me go to Opportunity Dex first. Yeah. So for grants, you need to have information and you need to be in a community. Yeah, so there's Opportunity Dex, there's Fund for NGO, Fund for NGOs, the public grant information, there is Opportunity for Africa. So I noticed that for grant, a lot of people don't know in the first instance where to even look, where to go, right? They don't know where to go to. So they miss out because they don't even know where to go to, right? So these are there are a lot of resources. On applying is another kettle fish. I have been I marked the UN grant in 2011. And since that UN grant up until last year, I've been marking several grant applications. I have a running grant now from EDC that I'm marking. I won't be able to tell you how the marking works, but let me see if I can remember my portal toolkit. Trying to remember my link. I've changed my browser, sorry. EDSP, yeah, Transforming Nigerian Youth, BDSP. So, but if I guide you or work with you, I'll be able to just show you some little things, small tips on what to do, how to apply for some of this grant application. This is my portal and the grant that I'm marking and the businesses that have been assigned and everything. right? And there are evaluation criteria. I cannot tell you anything on this one because I'm a consultant on the project. But the other one that I'm not a consultant, I can tell you that if we see 30 questions, right? This is how to respond to question one, question two. This is what to say here. This is what not to say here. By the time we have those kind of, we did that for a lot of those time I was doing the Olympics, and a number of them won the grants, right? So information is important. And having that guidance is also important. I'll stop at that. Thank you. So I've stopped at that. Thank you. Is there another question, sir?
Thank you. Do we have any other questions?
Yeah. So can I chat you up privately?
Yes, Dr. Blessing is my boss now. So I told you, he said I'm already available. So once I'm being someone, I will show.
Okay, so that after this class.
What I can do, Dr. Sai, is to add somebody here. That group is 75K a year to join, but I can give one person here a free slot, right? Just because of my huge honor and respect for Dr. Blessing. And that person becomes like a conduit. So once we publish, and we used to have grant sessions like twice even in a year. We've had the 2 sessions this year. So, but what I'm saying that level 1, that information, there are several grants that is running. I can't even remember it now. So let me go back to let me see if I can open my WhatsApp again. Please permit me again. So I was saying that we'll add one person here, maybe Oga Ayo Adesa, and this is my group. This is the group Get Funded. If you can see it, Get Funded. It has several funding opportunities that we publish for members of the community to take advantage of. Several. I'm not the only person that is posting opportunities in this group. It's a paid group. This is another one by ARM, $5,000 grant, $50,000 grant. Sorry. This is another one by the Boardroom Experience. This is another one by IWD. Are you aware of this Flutterwave grant for women in business? Did you apply? There are several grant opportunities that will publish here, for people to take advantage of. So this is the one for Visit for Africa. This is the one for IT by GIZ. So it's just an opportunity hub, right? Where we'll share information. So like I said, I can put in one person here. This person gets the details, then they can circulate with other members of this community to take advantage of.
Okay, we'll get across to you. We'll get somebody in there. Thank you so much for that. So that's huge opportunity. That's huge. Let me just say this. Grant
Yeah, thank you, sir. You can get to my leader, Reverend Festus.
Okay, we will get that. Thank you so much. So grant means free money, all right? Grant is money that is given to you free of charge, all right? Or where the conditions are actually very less. What we want to try and do in this is see how we can pass across information, help ourselves to push this information. Because of time today, I'm going to have to bring this to a close because I know tomorrow is Monday and we have to go to work. But before I do that, please, can you help me again say a big thank you to Dr. Edward? Thank you. Say these 2 things.
Thank you, sir.
I'm giving you doctorship now.
No,
right. So let me say these 2 things before you go. As you start in your business, start with the future in mind. Don't start and play small because when these opportunities come, they will come looking for your record. They will ask you questions how you are doing your business. They will ask for references. Please let integrity remain the watchword. Don't borrow without paying. If your record goes bad with the bank or any other financial institution, they will. Don't spend the money that you are making in business directly. Right? Don't eat from there. Bank all your takings into the bank and pay yourself. It is what you pay yourself that you spend. Set up with they want to look at what you already have on ground. They will send people to check your record, check your controls, check everything before some of these grants will come. Start with the future in mind. All right? Start with the future in mind. Don't mess up your social capital. Some of us also, what we need is just social capital amongst ourselves. And like Amadi was asking the other time, can somebody give money? Yes, that's why we are showing you this. We are individuals ourselves. We need help. All right? We are doing our business privately, or we are doing this to help people without anybody paying us. All right. So take responsibility. Take responsibility. The success that you seek is in your hand. Nobody owes you that success. As you go along the way, if you get helpers, thank God. If you don't get, let the system and the structure you are building be such that when help comes, it will push you. Don't ever depend on anybody to push you. Sell recharge card if you have to sell recharge card. Sell pure water if you have to sell pure water. But let your eyes be in the future. Buy materials and sell. Sell biros, sell all those things. I worked as a motor boy to go to school. I didn't wait for anybody. When I spent 3 years at home and nobody was paying school fees, nobody was ready, I went to the garage, Ring Road. I worked for about 3 years to get school fees to go to school. Don't leave your future in the hand of anybody. No, don't get to self-pity where you begin to pity yourself as if, oh, if somebody has helped me. Nobody is helping, nobody's coming. Take responsibility of your future and I want to trust that we have had tomorrow is Monday and we have a lot to do. This is just a first try. I want to believe that many of us also today, we have been able to bridge the gap. We have been able to come to Zoom. It's the first time. The next one will be better. The next one will be better. And the next one will be better. Edward, you want to say something? I thought Edward was saying anything. There's something? Is Edward saying something? Okay. It's like we lost him again. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, you can join us on our social media. My social media on Instagram, on Twitter is at Blessed Oba, at Blessed Oba, all right? At Blessed Oba, BLESSED. You can follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on Twitter. I share some thoughts, I share some idea. Edward, what's on social media? Okay, we have the social media on our, let me leave the page so that I can see it. All right. It's showing there behind me. We have iExtra. Okay, so that's for the iExtra. You can also follow me personally. You can follow Edward as well. Thank you so much, Gabriel, for sending that across. You can follow Edward as well and let us share together. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you today for coming. Thank you for making it a point of duty. Please, when you hear about iExtra, our programs, please do ensure that you join us. What we do is to add value. We spend our resources to ensure that we bring value to you. We are happy that you are happy to learn, and we are happy to support you as much as we can. I won't leave here without thanking Ayo Adisa today for helping us to host this program. Daniel Oderinde, thank you for helping us to put this program together. Festus Osegale, thank you for coordinating the team from Benin. Victor Ofure, thank you so much, Victor. Many of you, Wifo, Dennis, I can't mention everybody. I want to specially thank everyone. Pastor Sosa, thank you for being here today as well. Thank you everyone for being here. My target is to close this by 9:30.
So I wanted to just make a little plea, sir, if you permit me.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
I have this one last video I wanted to show. Is a 2-minute video just on the closing charge you shared on doing something for yourself. Ensure you start, ensure you move. Help is not coming, sell book, do something. It's a video on YouTube. It's called Stuck on an Escalator. It's just 2 minutes or less as we go. Can we see it, please?
Yes, very well.
Yes. Already late.
Anybody out there?
Do you have a phone?
No. Sorry. Somebody. Hello. There are two people stuck on an escalator and we need help. Now, would somebody please do something? I don't believe this. You gotta be kidding me.
I'm gonna cry.
Well, it's enough.
Okay, this seems to be breaking up. I can't. Can you all see it? Okay, Edward, it seems to be frozen. Can we recommend that we all go out and look at this video stock on the elevator? It's a 2 minutes video. Let us go out and play it. Edward, can you hear me?